Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation. Not just creation getting created. Even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created. And pulling out of delusion need to be created. Liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti has his 5 phase, Agora Murti has his 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 phase, Satyojata Murti has his 5 phase, Ishana Murti has his 5 faces. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, and Nityananda Order of Monks, Nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nityananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva Gana. All the Shiva Ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nityananda Paramashivam, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Nityananda Jnana Paddhati for the depth dimension. Now let's go to the powerful cognition from the Bhagavad Gita decoded for the power of depth. Bhagavan beautifully says, people ask me again and again, Swamiji, what is that purpose of this body and the mind? The purpose of this body and the mind is only one thing to achieve, to learn how to experience joy without the body and the mind. If we can learn to have happiness and bliss without the body and the mind, we have achieved the purpose of this body and the mind. Over what that we can throw away the body and the mind, we can live without the body and the mind. The person who is able to live without the body and the mind is called Jivan Mukti. Person living enlightenment, even if the body and the mind are with him, he will not be touched by them. If you don't have any need, will you go for the go to Los Angeles? Unless you have some reason, you will not go there. In the same way, unless you have some reason, you will not assume the body. If you have single glimpse of the bliss without the body and the mind, the bliss is beyond this body and the mind. You will never be disturbed by this body and the mind. Even if it is there, it will be following you. You will not be following it. It is like this. If you don't know how to put the brake on when you are driving the car, it means you are driving the car is driving you. Without reading the owner's manual and learning to drive, if you sit in a car, you will only be in trouble. Without the manual, you directly drive the car, you will make all sorts of mistakes. Only when you know how to start or stop the apply the brake properly, you are driving the car. Otherwise, the car is driving you. So read your owner's manual before getting into the vehicle. Bhagavad Gita is owner manual for your body and the mind. If you read your owner's manual before getting into the body and mind, you will be able to stop when you want to stop. You will get into the accidents. You'll not get into the accidents of repeating the life and death cycle. Here, Bhagavan says so beautifully how the Bhagavad Gita is the owner's manual for your body and the mind. And if you read the owner's manual, and you will not get into the accident of life and death cycle. Such a beautiful statement. Let's, with this powerful cognition, go to the Shastra Pramana for manifesting the depth dimension.
Is taken from the Shiva Sutras, verse 1.16. Shuddha tattva sandhanadva apashu shaktihi. Shuddha tattva sandhanadva apashu shaktihi.
Bhagavan beautifully says in Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.16, by fixing the self and aiming at the pure essence, cognizing from the depth of one's being that all that exists is Paramashiva, the pure essence, and attaining and uniting with the pure essence and essential reality, Paramashiva, he experienced Paramashiva and manifests Paramashiva infinite power. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains in this sutra how, in this powerful cognition, how we exist. If we do not know the user manual, we are missing out big time. It's like Bhagavan says, you have a internet on the Windows 10 and we have the latest everything, the apps are available, but you use it like you do not connect the internet and you use it like a PC and you're struggling the whole life. Bhagavan beautifully says, if you raise yourself and understand to use the app that Bhagavan is available, and simply what we need to do is connect to the Windows 10, which is Bhagavan himself, and manifest all the apps by understanding Bhagavad Gita, living beyond this body and the mind as consciousness, as Paramashiva, the divinity space in you. It is you who awaken the divinity space in you. Nobody else can do it. You yourself have to wake yourself up to the highest reality, pulling you out of delusion by ferociousness, staying in the depth dimension and raising yourself and manifesting the powers of Paramashiva and living as the enlightened being, Jivan Mukti. Such a powerful cognition Bhagavan has given. With that, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana from Bhagavata Purana describes that Vishnu is in his previous avatar, Varaha killed the evil Asura. Hiranyaksha, the younger brother of Hiranyaksha, demon king Hiranyakasipu, hated Vishnu and wanted revenge. He undertook many years of austere penance to gain special power. Thereafter, Brahma offered Hiranyakasipu a boon. Hiranyakasipu asked for, grant me that I will not die within my any residence or outside my residence or during the daytime or at the night, nor on the ground nor on the sky. Grant me that my death will not be brought by any of my weapons, nor by human beings, nor by animal, meet by death any entity like living or non-living creature. By you grant me further that I will not be killed by the demigods or the demons, by any great snakes from the lower planet. Brahma granted his boon, and the Hiranyakasipu gained these powers. Hiranyakasipu, once powerful, invincible, and the newborn boon began to persuade. Began to manifest those who were his devotees of Vishnu, persecute those who were the devotees of Vishnu. Hiranyakasipu had a son, Prahlada. He who disagreed and rebelled against his father, Prahlada, was a devotee of Vishnu, and this angered Hiranyakasipu, who tried to kill the boy. But With each attempt, Prahlada was protected by Vishnu, mystical powers. When asked, Prahlada refused to acknowledge his father as a supreme lord of universe and claimed that Vishnu is all-pervading, omnipresent. Hiranyakasipu pointed to the pillar and asked if the Vishnu is in it and said to his son, Prahlada, a most unfortunate Prahlada, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is controller of everything, who is all-pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? Prahlada asked. He is, and he will be. Hiranyakasipu, unable to control his anger, smashed the pillar and with a mace, and following a thunderous sounds, Vishnu in the form of Narasimha appeared from it and moved to attack Hiranyakasipu in a defense of Prahlada in order to kill Hiranyakasipu and not upset the boon given by Brahma in the form of Narasimha, who has chosen. Narasimha could not be killed by human, devata, animal. Narasimha, none of these, as he was the form of Vishnu incarnation as part human, part animal. He came upon Hiranyakasipu as twilight. When it was neither day nor night, threshold of the courtyard, neither indoor nor outdoor, and put the demon on his thigh, neither earth nor space, using the sharp fingernails, neither animated nor inanimate as weapons, and finally killed the demon king. This is from Vishnu Purana, Prahlada preaching, appearing of the Lord Vishnu as Narasimha. Prahlada was not scared to see his own Vishnu in the form of Narasimha and asked for his father back and got his father back in such a beautiful completion space. Let's go to the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana, Bhagavan beautifully narrates that in Himalayas, he met a Naga Sadhu and he was little scared by the stories that he heard, but he was very pleasant and sweet, so he went and sat next to him. But the minute he saw that the Naga Sadhu who was using ganja, he wanted to leave, but the Naga Sadhu said, sit down. And he took the pipe and did the ganja. Inside the pipe, he put the copper coins and put the ganja and did the pipe. And after that, emptied the copper coins and it was all gold coins. He went and paid and got more ganja and more copper coins and again started doing. He did about not once or twice, but 10 times. And Bhagwan went and asked, see, I don't want gold, I want bliss. He just poured on my face, like blowed on my face. And simply for 3 days, Bhagwan was in ecstasy. And he said in Tamil, even though Bhagwan has not told him that he's from South India, he said, Angam Parta Tangam Parkum. That means the lower energies of you raises, and then your inner energy, the lower energy raises to the higher cognitions. Then simply your outer world also, whatever you have, it can just transform the iron copper into the gold. Bhagavan asked him about mercury getting solidified just by the energies. Bhagavan stayed there for 3 days to experience all this bliss. And he says so beautiful here, the ultimate alchemy, the alchemy of changing the base things into the higher things. If you're changing the base metal into higher metal, you are known as alchemies of metal. If you are changing the mercury into solidified mercury, you're known for the alchemy of mercury. If you know changing the lust into love, you know ultimate alchemy. Such beautiful experience of Bhagavan Leela that he's sharing. Bhagavan gave a beautiful experience manifesting the power of depth, creating a tuning fork resonance. He said very beautifully that if we stand in all the temples where it is made of the putru, the sand, and one place the tuning fork is used, then it will resonate in other places also. simply you will see it, he said. The tuning fork has the capacity to grasp where the resonance is happening in the silicon, and simply it's able to translate into this other tuning phone. Here she said, no kidding, I felt the frequency of the tuning fork pulsating during the powerful initiation of Bhagavan. Next, we'll go to the instruction and pratyaksha pramana for manifesting the power of depth creating tuning fork resonance.
Power of depth dimension. Creating tuning fork resonance vibrations at a distance through third eye. Setting up. For the setting up process, you will need a camera with a timestamp, Jnana, tuning fork, and a bowl of water for verification. Take a few moments to set up your camera. Step number 1, download the timestamp app. Step number 2, click on video. Step number 3, ensure the time is shown on screen. And step number 4, make sure the camera is facing you. Please take a few minutes to set it up. Guidelines. Before we start the manifestation process, let's get ourselves ready. For the setup, step number 1, place your tuning fork in front of you on the ground at a distance. Step number 2, set up your camera to be focused on the tuning fork for the entire duration of the manifestation. Step number 3, have a large bowl of setup beside the tuning fork. Start. Turn on the video recording with timestamp. Step number 4, apply an anjana between your brows if you have. Bring your awareness between your brow center and gently focus while connecting to Paramashiva. Step number 5, keep your attention fully to the tuning fork kept at a distance in front of you without touching it, and drop any expectations that arise. Step number 6, sit unclutched for 21 minutes during the Mahavakya chanting. Step number 7, manifest the vibrations of the tuning fork at a distance. Step number 8, ensure that the camera is continuously focused on the tuning fork. Step number 9, follow these steps in the verification process on how to confirm the manifestation of the vibration of the tuning fork. And number 10, celebrate with gratitude your manifestation of tuning fork resonance across a distance through the third eye. Let us now listen to the spiritual instructions.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shaktipada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada, makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shared form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. the peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
the most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here, Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nityananda. Nityananda.
Maha Sabashivoham.
So Bhagwan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye, again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagwan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Jnana Paramashivam. 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process. Please ensure to thoroughly verify the following. Number 1, that the time and date stamp appear on your video. Number 2, that your video has a wide-angle horizontal view and has a full view of the tuning fork at all times. Number 3, verify that your video recording is continuous without stopping and restarting during the manifestation process. Number 4, verify that you have not edited your video in any way and that the camera has not moved during the manifestation process. Number 5, video verification. Get a large bowl of water and turn the tuning fork so that the forks are kept on top of each other and 1 inch 25 millimeter above the surface of the water. Observe the rippling effect created in the water by the fork. This reflects the full manifestation of the power of creating a tuning fork resonance across a distance through the third eye. Step number 6. Now that the verification process is complete, the next instructions will guide you how to upload and share your video. Thank you so much for your participation.
Beautiful. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar Manifesting Power Groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Parameswaram Paduka Arpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nityananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nityananda.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham